D-backs take out the Twins 7-1 on Sunday, and they end up having themselves a pretty good weekend overall as they take 2 out of 3 against Minnesota. And when you look at the D-backs this weekend, one of the big takeaways is their offense finally returned to being somewhat relevant because they scored 7 runs on Sunday. I think they had 7 runs on Monday as well. Saturday was the only night where the D-backs kind of had a blip in this series, and you didn't know going into the finale whether the D-backs were going to step up to the plate or whether they were going to, maybe continue to struggle like they've been doing a lot recently against bad teams. But no, against a really good Minnesota Twins team who, even after Sunday's loss, is still 38-30 on the season, 8 games above 500. It was a really impressive series from the D-backs. Madison Bumgarner was really good on Friday. Merrill Kelly was really good on Sunday. Luke Weaver was not so good Saturday. And I really want to get into the nitty gritty of this weekend series. But I first want to talk a little bit about Sunday's game because I thought it was a really fun game Sunday. Father's Day, of course. And there was just a lot going on Sunday. I mean, Merrill Kelly pitched a complete gem. Not a complete game, but he did pitch a complete gem because 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts for Merrill Kelly. His velocity was a little higher in this one compared to his other starts. The previous few starts, his velocity was a little bit higher in this one on his fastball and some of his other pitches. So I thought Merrill Kelly looked really good on Sunday, looked really locked in, and he struggled against the Cincinnati Reds last week. 5 earned runs. We know what happened. He looked good in the beginning in those first few innings against the Reds, and then kind of started to falter around the third and fourth inning. And that did not happen today against the Twins. Merrill Kelly was pretty much cruising through this Twins lineup. We know Merrill Kelly struggles early in games, specifically the first inning, and he got into some trouble in the first inning of today's game. But after that, Merrill Kelly was locked and loaded, and the offense was helping him out as well because Christian Walker had a huge game on Sunday, and Sunday was just a perfect microcosm of the kind of season Christian Walker is having because he had 2 home runs, 2 monster shots, but of course they were both solo home runs, no one on the bases, and when he did have men on the bases, first and third, nobody out, what did Christian Walker do? He struck out, which is just the perfect microcosm of his season. No one on, moonshot. When there's 2 men on, nobody out, first and third, Christian Walker strikes out, and he has been bad all season with runners in scoring position. I think he has below like a 200 average and like a 500 OPS with runners in scoring position this season. So it has not been good for Christian Walker in that department. Pavin Smith had a home run on Sunday as well. He is now just 2 home runs shy of his career high of 11. So a lot of good things going on Sunday. I wish we didn't see Mantiply on Sunday. I would have saved him for a start where, a relief where he wasn't coming in when the D-backs had a 6-run lead. But I get it. The D-backs really want to win this weekend series, and you didn't want to mess around or play with your food. And so Torey Lovullo was like, let me put in my best, most trustworthy relievers. And that's what he did with Mantiply, Ramirez, and Ian Kennedy. So it was good to see the D-backs get this weekend series. But I did have some overall thoughts I want to talk about from this weekend series. And the first one I want to discuss some takeaways I have from this weekend series is this was Buddy Kennedy's weekend. I haven't even discussed him during Sunday's game during that recap because Buddy Kennedy did have that huge grand slam in the 6th inning where he swung on a 3-0 count. You can talk about unwritten rules. I don't think that's a moment we talk about unwritten rules because it was still a pretty close game. And a rookie like Buddy Kennedy getting the green light there, Toy Lavello giving him that kind of trust, Buddy Kennedy taking advantage of the moment, and he's been taking advantage of his moment all weekend. Buddy Kennedy had the grand slam on Sunday, hit a triple and run scored on Saturday, and then with his grandpa on the broadcast on Friday, he got his first major league hit. So Buddy Kennedy did a little bit of everything this weekend, and he's been tearing up the minor league. So really good to see him make it up to the majors and really inject some juice to this D-backs team because like I've discussed, this team has been struggling a lot against mediocre teams over the last couple of weeks. I think they really needed some juice and energy, and Buddy Kennedy was the perfect injection of life that this D-backs team needed. So it was really good to see Buddy Kennedy come up and make a immediate impact for this D-backs squad because I think they surely needed it. My second takeaway that I really enjoyed from this weekend was Alek Thomas finally hitting higher in the order. Now, part of the reason why Alek Thomas was hitting number 2 in the lineup the last couple of days is because Ketel Marte has a little hamstring strain, and we gotta maybe talk about the D-backs injuries real quick because Ketel Marte seems to have a baby hamstring strain Then Dalton Varsho running to first base on Saturday came up limping with a little heel contusion. He said it's something he's dealt with throughout his career, and he said he's going to continue to play through it, even though we didn't see him on Sunday. Nick Ahmed is undergoing season-ending shoulder surgery, so it is the Geraldo Perdomo show for the foreseeable future. So we got some big D-backs injuries, but despite Varsho and Ketel Marte being down on Sunday, the D-backs offense was still able to produce. And a big reason is you had Alec Thomas at the top of the lineup, just being a table setter. It was only 1 for 4 both Sunday and Saturday, but I thought he did a great job of putting pressure on the bases and just making things happen when he got on the base, and he was able to score some runs as well this weekend. I just like Alec Thomas at the top. Josh Rojas, I think, has been swinging a nice bat as well. So really good offense from the D-backs this weekend. And then the final takeaway that I had, which is not so positive. The first two are positive. Talked about Buddy Candy, talked about Alec Thomas, but this third takeaway, not so positive. And it is what to do with Luke Weaver, because Luke Weaver struggled mightily on Saturday. Luke Weaver gave up 9 earned runs in his first start this season. We know he's just coming back off the injured list. He's talked about changes he's made and the acceptance he has to make to those changes, but Luke Weaver looked terrible on Saturday. 3.2 innings pitched, 10 hits, 9 earned runs, and he gave up a ton of runs in that third inning, 6 earned runs in that third. I think all 6 runs came off his fastball, which was getting demolished. Usually Luke Weaver mostly does fastball changeup, and he mostly threw that on Saturday, but he also mixed in the curveball and cutter as well, but it did not matter. Those Twins hitters were locked in on his changeup and fastball primarily, and there was just nothing Luke Weaver could do. And Toy Lavelle just kind of let him out there, and just Toy Lavelle just let Luke Weaver take the pounding on Saturday, whether you think that's fair or not. He let Luke Weaver wear it, and he wasn't going to go to the bullpen and really, waste a bullpen arm early. He did use Caleb Smith to get some extended relief, but he wants to see if Luke Weaver can maybe work through his struggles, really give him an opportunity to maybe have a bounce back and get back into a little rhythm after giving up the 6 earned runs in the third inning. But no, Luke Weaver was never able to get back into a rhythm, and he just kept giving up runs after that third, and he looked absolutely terrible. And eventually, Toy Lavella had to go to the bullpen. I think part of the reason why he kept Luke Weaver out there, even after giving up 6 earned runs, like I said, is to maybe hope that Luke Weaver can get back into rhythm and turn the start around. And you say, yeah, you gave up 6 earned runs through the first 3 innings and you look terrible, but innings 4 and 5, you bounce back and you retire the last 6 batters you face, so you can at least keep your head high as you walk off the mound. But that did not happen for Luke Weaver and the D-backs saw Saturday. And it just, the kind of game that you want to just erase from your memory. But overall, I don't think the series is one that you want to erase from your memory, because the D-backs won it. It took 2 out of 3, and they looked really good Friday. They looked really good Sunday. So a very positive weekend for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And next up, they got their, one of their biggest foes in the San Diego Padres. And I think Manny Machado left today's game with a little ankle sprain. It's Sunday's game. I think he left with injury. So there might not be no Manny Machado. We're going to have Javier Reyes of Locked On Padres on the pod tomorrow to discuss the series. So it's going to be a fun series against the Padres for the D-backs, and hopefully they can keep the momentum going that they just had against the Twins into this weekend against the San Diego Padres.